mural finally, guys. And the reason we're going to do this, that maybe this version of the mural decoded will show. Now what we're supposed to do for you guys is we're going to give you 5 versions of the mural decoded. One of these 5 is certainly the mural decoded, and we're going to leave it to you to choose which 5. We'll tell you our favourite. It doesn't necessarily mean much more than what it means to us, but it's our favourite version of the mural decoded, and today we're going to get into that. Now, our favourite version of the mural decoded has been pushed and actually brought about quicker by recent events in the mystery hunt, and that is the Guru team finding
Titus Stro here.
the online Easter egg. Now, by them finding the online Easter egg, it has signalled this part of the mural being correct, and it actually completes the mural. So what we're going to show you now tonight is the mural completed in a way that any person, no matter what level of education or understand the mural, will be able to understand. So we're going to show you the mural and its exact meaning completed, and it's going to be the version that matches the recent developments. Over the week we will show you another 4 versions, so don't get upset if you see a version tonight and you think, well, that's not the way I figured it, that's not the way I saw it, because most probably one of the 4 that you'll see during the week will be what way you imagined it and what way you felt it was right. But this now, so far, seems to be the way that's correct. Now, what we will say is there seems to be changes from the actual Chiliad mystery. Now, we can't get into that now. We'll be getting into that with a later video, but there does actually seems to be changes to the mystery, and it actually seems to be changed from what was originally intended. But we're gonna go to Mount Chiliad and we're going to actually explain the mural in full. Now, on the way to Mount Chiliad, we're going to call out the Guru team, because chat with them, they're good guys, but there seems to be a misunderstanding where we clearly all know they mod, but they seem to suggest we mod. So what we will tell you guys from the outset, True Star Gaming was created to show you clues and mystery finds.
Appreciate your precious vids, but this seems like a bit of BS to run it out through 5 vids, views, later, and good luck. Why wait until now? Hello.
Yeah, well, we don't actually get what people say now. Let us just turn off the chat there, guys, 1 minute, bear with us, because people are just like breaking into the stream. Right, guys, we just disabled the comments to speech because people are just jumping in. So basically, we know the Guru team mod, and what we've said from the set-go is we don't make up thumbnails of jetpack confirmed like Trippy does. We all know, you can just check through his videos and he's got 50 thumbnails of jetpack confirmed, jetpack found, and he's never found it or confirmed it. So they're just pure, exactly. And then we know Robin Rams, obviously, you might not know, but he's put up this does not exist cube, and you all got onto it this year and like, wow, this is amazing. What you don't know is he launched that 2 years ago on a video as well, himself, before he was kicked off YouTube. So for him to just say it was just found now is ridiculous. Obviously we don't do that. And then you got Dibs with the lightning and the sound effects, and you're all sucked into the X-Files music, and you'll just believe anything because it's just subtitled, and he can backtrack on what he wants and create the perfect story, and then next week he moves on to another story. We don't do that. So it's not to say any of them guys ain't good. Well, Dibs, obviously, he's a bit of a foul mouth because he come on our channel saying effing this, effing that, when we clearly showed a serious mystery solved, and we clearly solved it ourselves and showed it solved, and it was a big mystery. And then he come on effing this, effing that. So, you know, we don't have time for him no more. But Trippy, to be honest, you know, we love listening to Trippy. Robin Rams, you know, he can fling a wheelchair about like 0.5 at the moon, so he does some great mods. But going back to the Guru team, we don't use mods, guys. It's not to say what we can and can't do. What we're saying is, what we're showing you is what we see in game. And how you know it's what we see in game is you can watch it and replicate it yourself. If you replicate it yourself and you half attempt to do it and you can't do it, then that's on you. Just like when people watch the videos and they watch the first 60 seconds and then they make a comment saying it's not solved. But wait a minute, if you watched the video you would have seen what we said. So what we're going to say now is, we're going to show you the mural decoded to what lines up with the recent release. Okay, now we've had this for a while, guys, but it's people say, why don't you release it, why don't you release it? Because the truth is, guys, there's no time to get on YouTube to do anything. Do you know, there's really not time in life to be getting on YouTube and creating these little videos for a game. And why we're doing it now is so that we can show you what we think is incoming, because it's clear now that 600 means a big lot. Now, we was chatting to the Guru team tonight about this, and we was telling them about 600, and unfortunately they're very busy, so they've had to just take to the live stream. And obviously, you know, we vote them on and are right behind them and that. So if you've not gone and checked out the Guru team live stream, do, guys, because they're concerned with advertising, but we'll advertise for them. So do go check out the live stream and give them support, because it seems like they actually might solve something here, and because it all lines up with what we've seen before. So before they bust it, let us show you the single player mystery solved. Now, to go solve it, you're going to have to do it yourself, guys. In the first place, we see is a lot of comments from people with less than 100% saying, I can't do this, I didn't see that, you didn't do that. Go get 100%. If you haven't got 100%, there's no point even talking. You cannot really put serious points across without your 100%. So right, guys, let's get right to it. What should we drive? It's going to have to be... It's between the Bugatti and this. Right, we apologise straight away for the stream. We're streaming over Wi-Fi on a shared Wi-Fi at the moment, so it just is what it is, guys. But the reason we're getting this out, we feel it's a must because it looks like it might be solved very soon, guys. So why not show you what we know. Now, we do have many other clues and changes in game, not that we think, not a theory, but that we can actually show you, which are very strange, or which other YouTubers have not shown. Now, with the things we're talking about at the moment, so there's no point showing them to you at the moment. But we will show them to you. We will release all we know very soon. The truth is, guys, people say, oh, just show me, just show me.
This is a fine
if you've got the time for it, you know, you do it. We haven't got the time. We literally have not got the time. So let's get into this. What we're going to get into is we're going to run straight off the clues, what the Guru Mystery have seen, and they don't realise the clues. And we're going to show you exactly the way we think you can solve the mural. What we will say, guys, at the start is there's 5 versions of the mural solved coming. This is our favourite, and this is the one that ties up with the recent developments. And this was always our favourite. But mystery hunters in the story world, you will not be happy. You will never be happy. And the truth is, because the story mode has built such a mystery into your minds, you have all run away with your heads. And that is the truth, guys. And us included, we've been with you. Everybody has ran away with it. And the Chiliad mystery was never made by the stars, guys. It was made by us, the mystery hunters. The stars never made the Chiliad mystery. So we're getting into it now. We're going to actually show you the start of the Chiliad mystery solved. And you will actually see a full explanation to the mural by the end of this video, guys. Choosing to believe it and understand it. Understanding it's easy, believing it is another thing, because as we said, in the minds of the Chiliad mystery is in our own minds. So we'll start, guys. Here we go. So pay attention, make sure you watch the video to the end, guys, because if you don't watch to the end, you're gonna say, oh well, I didn't see nothing, and you're not gonna understand. What number's that, guys? 0604. So that's 603. So that's 602. And so that's... What number's that, guys? Where the UFO is? 600. 600 supply runs. So the UFO is at 600. You're listening, Guru team. This is not mods, this is real. This is what was put in game for you to see. So at the 600 building, that's its building number. What do we see, guys? So you see, what the fuck? What the fuck what? So you hear alien spaceship sounds, and you see what the fuck. Well, we show you what the fuck, guys. Look, Guru team, that's what the fuck. The UFO is in the ground. It's half sticking out at number 600. So, guys, stay with this. This is not the mural. We're going to go up to the mural and explain it fully. But it's just what's leading up to it, and it's why that the theories can confirm from the recent release. Now, we've told the Guru team that we think we actually activated this release on the download, and they were like, well, we crashed your party. No, not you crashed that party. What we're saying is, in single player, we've been doing a certain thing, Rockstar's cottoned onto it, and they've seen the numbers ticking away, and they've went, right, we better release it, it's time to release it. Because as we all know, the jetpack was removed from game. Now, the reason it was removed from game seems to be that players got onto the mystery too fast, and it was solved too fast. That is not going to come on this mural decoding. That is going to come on another mural decoding, but it seems to be removed because the mystery was solved very fast and too fast. And it was solved so fast that it would have affected the sales of the game, so that the jetpack was then removed to stop you completing the mystery. Now, the jetpack removed is not going to be part of this mural. And it's up to you to choose which one you believe, but one of these is certainly right. So you've got the UFO that's in the ground, guys, and it's at number 600 on the street, okay? Now then, to confirm this, mural, what you got to look is, well, wait a minute, half cow, half snake, no bull. Right, so we turned Ron into a half snake. You all seen it. Now, how do you know that was certain? Well, guys, we're going to show it you again. We've got a few takes of it, different times, different dates, but we're going to try show you live one time. If we can get it to activate, depends on Ron if he's there, and that's it, you know that. But we'll try even tonight and see if we can. But basically, half cow, half snake, no bull. What the fuck, okay? What the fuck? Eye fish. So do you see the resemblance to Ron, guys? So the resemblance to Ron is in both these pictures in what we've done. If you're not sure what we're on about, do look at the previous videos and you'll see a resemblance to Ron, where he's turned. Now his hands, it's been noted by a comment on the YouTube video, his hands cross when we turned him, and his hands have crossed, and you think, well, wait a minute, it's just glitched out, it's just a glitch. But yet his hands have crossed exactly like a pattern which is seen on the paintings at the Oeuvre gallery, okay? Now, we're never good at pronouncing stuff, so that's probably wrong, but basically, the gallery down there. Now, the gallery down there, every painting overlays on the map fully, and we're going to explain that to you one day, guys, but we just, as we said, we don't have the time. Everybody thinks we have all the time and day to sit there and do these videos, and we don't. We do them when and if we can, and it's if is the most important rule, not when, okay? But basically, we'll have to do them because a lot of people have not time for these 10-20 minute videos. But when we did, nobody understood properly. But we will go through and we'll explain, and people will see them, they go, wow, I did not see that. But in the meantime, what we're trying to say is, Ron was meant to change, and he's meant to change as part of the game, okay? He is the eye fish. He is the half snake. No bullshit. What the... So that's Ron, guys, when we changed him, okay? So now, what do we have? These are your clues so far, guys, to the mystery and solving the Chiliad Mural. So you have 600, and you have Ron changing to half human, half snake. You see where he acts like a reptile, okay? So that's reptile and 600, and then you have the DLC which recently released, which the Chiliad gurus have confirmed has a link to 600. So you can tie them in there, guys, clearly. If somebody wants to say you can't tie 600 to 600, you know, we can't drag you there, guys. It's like, you know, it's a horse to water. You're either there or you're not. So we've got 600 and we've got Ron. Now, what has Ron got to do with the supply missions? Well, guys, what do you think Ron has to do with the supply missions? Ask anybody who's doing them, who's phoning them. So, let's get to it, guys. And we'll show you. We need to get a taxi, don't we? We need to get a taxi. Let's get a taxi so we're not leaving you all sat here. Because we are excited to get this out. You know, when we get into it, guys, it's great to get it out. But it is tough. You know, we haven't got the time that, you know, YouTubers like Trippy's got and all that. And, you know, honestly, if you've not checked Trippy out, go check him out. He's great to listen to. Great guy, honestly. He's not a problem. He's a thumbnail basher, but he's a great guy, honestly. Because to listen to him, you can hear from he's in it from day one. Another great guy who we listened to tonight, who enthused us to come on tonight, is Wizzle. We actually think the world of Wizzle because, you know, people bash him for the thumbnails. But the truth is, he never says he solved shit. Never once do you hear him saying I've solved anything. And that, you've got to give him kudos for that. Where's that taxi? But yeah, Wizzle, we were listening to him tonight. Another great guy. You know, you know what we think of the rest. It's not really much chatting it. Where's this taxi, guys? So we hope it's streaming okay. But basically, if you stick with us, guys, to the end, which you should do, you're going to see a version of Mural which completely solves, and it completely will show you in your mind that, wait a minute, this works. If you don't know about the Chiliad mystery, go read up on it before you come here, guys, because if you're not up to date on it, you probably just won't get this at all. Did we phone taxi? I'm sure we did. People are saying before, we just got in the chat there quick, why do it now, why do it now? Well, because we got about 50 hours before the Guru team solved the mystery. So if we don't do it now, it's going to be solved in 50 hours. Now, what are we talking about? Are we talking about the multiplayer mystery? No, guys, we are not talking about you seeing another part of your mystery in multiplayer. That's what the Guru team talk about. We're talking about we seem to have solved the single player mystery, and there is more to it, a long time ago. There was about 4 or 5 theories which seemed solid, but none of them completed. Now with the recent developments Guru team discovered in the 600, that completed one of the Mural theories for us. So that seems the most logical now. Now what does logical mean, guys? Obviously you all know what logical means. It means it's the most strength behind that theory, which actually says, well wait, XYZ lines up, there can be nothing else. But there's another 4 theories which we feel are very strong contenders, and will probably be the theories that you have, or one of them. And no doubt there's many other people out here who have these theories, and they'll have had this one. You'll do. They'll have had this version, no doubt. Oh no, we don't want to rob it, we just want to get in. So somebody will have had this version, who we don't know. Surely they'll jump on a stream and say, you know what, I had this version. But let's get to it, guys, because you're going to love this. Okay, now, what we will say is all the theories that we're about to release this week are very different. And all of them are confirmed on their own merits. But none of them, not even this one, show the most important parts of the mural. And the most important parts of the mural, what nobody talks about, but what we see are the most important parts of the mural. So we'll go over them now. And we just said none of them confirm it, but the truth is one of them confirms it, and confirms what you're looking for is a peyote type Easter egg. But we're not going to get into that one now. So let's see this, guys. Let's do this. Okay, so if you're not up to date on the Chiliad mystery, or you don't actually know about all the clues, you really need to get up to date first on it. We promised we'd do a video from start to finish, running through the versions, but to be honest, guys, why haven't we? It's just no time. You know how some YouTubers get the time is they use it as the full-time job. We don't. We're just helping you out. We're just here to help, and that's the end of it. That's all we're here for. So Whizzle, Whizzle. We'd say Whizzle is the best version. If you want to go check some out, Whizzle's probably the shortest version you're going to see it in. He'll save your life because he'll run hours off your time. Whereas Trippy is just totally deeper. Trippy won't solve nothing for you in 1 minute or 2 minutes. He's just deep, deep talk. So you have to have already been to the mystery and understood it before you go to Trippy. So check out Whizzle maybe, guys, if you want to get up to date with the mystery. And then come here, check this out, and you'll probably see what we're talking about. But most of you being Chiliad mystery hunters, you'll see it straight away. So we hope you're having a good evening. Probably most of the true mystery hunters been watching the Guru team. They've got probably, by our approximation, about 50 hours left, probably 50 to 60 hours, and then that's it. They're going to activate the multiplayer. But what we're going to tell you is how to activate the single player. That's not what they're going to tell you. And it actually seems like this is the version. This mountain as well, we was watching Trippy tonight, Mount Chester. I'm not sure about that, Trippy, you sure? You seem to love this Mount Chester. Wouldn't be because it's close to you. Yeah, we're totally hyped for this, guys. We're totally hyped because the recent developments just confirm this idea. It's never been one of our favourites, but it now seems the most likely. We've probably got about three favourites, and this now seems the most likely. But what we will tell you is clear things have been changed. So what makes us different from the other YouTubers, guys? Well, you know, the Guru team mods, they told us we mod, but yeah, they mod, bit of a snagging point. Trippy, obviously, you know, Jetpack confirmed so many times that does upset people, true mystery hunters, it really does. And then, you know, Robin, well, you know, he just loves his mods as well, messing about, doesn't he? He's like 0 point, he loves flicking stuff around the planet. What makes us true is what we are. We are what we say on the tin, guys. We release what we see in game, and that's the end of it. So if we see it, you can see it. So here it is, guys. Great beast. And you're probably thinking, right, this is not going to work, and it's not going to be right, and it's not going to work, and it's not going to be right. So, you surrogate and rearrange, guys. And that means break off. So you break off the bottom 3, and you think about them, because we already know what the top 5 mean, or the middle 5. The middle 5, which are, do we have? The middle 5 obviously are these, aren't they? And we're not going to get into deciphering them for the moment. Now what we will say is what we've always said. The most important part of the mural is not your red X's, and it's not your eye on top. The most important part of the mural is this, this, and this. That's your most important part of the mural, and if you can't think about these and what they mean, then you're nowhere near solving the mural. But we're not going to go on about them this time. We're just going to go on about the basic premise of these 3. Okay, guys? So what you've got is you've got the UFO. What we felt is clearly the Hippocamp UFO. Why is it clearly Hippocamp UFO? Because of the legs and because of the shape of it. So if you go to the Hippocamp UFO, where are we? Here. Okay. Then you're here. Okay. Now we've moved this because of where Trevor spawns, but it's supposed to be here. Okay. So if you go to the Hippocamp UFO, it's here. Now, Michael spawns here, staring into the water some days. Now, you will only realise this if you play story mode right through. Then other days, he spawns here, staring into the water. You see where we're going, guys? And then other days, Michael spawns here staring into the water. So when you go to the center point, you're around here somewhere. Now, why does that matter? It matters because of the plane that crashed into the sea, the plane that's up here with the railgun, which you know was added years later. And as we know, everything that's added years later is a clue, is saying to you, go here, go here. Most people have not realised it, but that's what it's saying. Just like the American monster truck that was added here. It's saying go here. What did you find? You found a signal releasing at 3 AM. So the point is, guys, that plane detonated around here and then came in and crashed later on. Could have it been carrying something more? We already know it was carrying futuristic stuff. So the point is, if you look at that, could be the UFO. And then you look at this, could be the egg around this area. We've just placed that randomly. So if you look at in the center, could be the UFO egg. So there's the UFO and there's the egg. Do you see where we're going with this, guys? Then what does that mean that is? That means that's your jetpack. Now, you've got the UFO, the egg, which is in a different covering, symbolizing the water, and then the jetpack. Now, why does that matter for the jetpack, guys? Well, everybody knows, because it said that the Rocketeer, the film years ago, ran from the barn, and that the logo here symbolizes and states the code's jetpack. So you've got jetpack, you've got egg, and you've got UFO. Okay, so UFO, egg, jetpack. Now, why would the egg be in the water? You're full of shit, True Star. Well, why would the egg be in the water? Because the water is murky. The egg glows silver under certain times, so you will not see it under murky conditions. Nobody, if the egg's in the water, nobody's going to stick it in the water where it's bright, crystally blue. They're going to stick it where it's murky, there or the swamp. Hence the recent developments, the swamp. But in the swamp it's clear, it's not hidden. So if it's hidden in single player, it could be here. And with the fact that Michael stops here, you actually spawn to Michael and he's staring here. Then you spawn to him another time and he's here and he's staring there. Then you spawn to him another time and he's here and he's staring there. In other words, guys, he's constantly staring here. So Michael's constantly staring here. He's sat on the bonnet of his car each time, and once he's here, he's looking there. And another time he's here and he's looking there. And another time he's here, he's looking there. So if you have jetpack, egg, UFO. Okay, now we're not talking the UFO that floats in the sky, it's the UFO that's on the car. That's the one that's mimicked on the mural. So any true Chiliad mystery hunters will understand this. Car, UFO, egg in the water, clearly separated, jetpack. Okay, now there's 4 other versions, guys, before you think this doesn't work with yours. Now, why would you say jetpack's there? Well, this is why, guys. When we completed the game many times, like many of you, we say, what's left? Well, Ron keeps calling us about these missions. What are they? Supply missions. They are supply missions. You've just had your DLC download suggesting supply missions at 600 will release your Easter egg. So, given that fact, wouldn't it make sense that if the UFO lines up here and the eggs could line up here, but the jetpack does line up here, wouldn't it make sense that you've got to do 600 supply missions with Ron and the boys? Why with Ron? Because Ron turns into a snake. We've shown you that many times. It's not a mod, guys. We'll show you again live. You know, these guru team, it's not all of them. They're good guys. All of them are good guys, but one of them there seems to be getting a bit run away with himself. I've seen it's a mod. I can do it. Do it then. Do it. You can turn that Ron into that with a mod. Do it, but you can't. You cannot get a mod and turn Ron into what we turned him into, because we done it because it's natural. How do we know it's natural? We've shown you guys. Remember, we were in the city and we've shown you that Oh, wait a minute, the half snake. What? And what number building are they at, guys? It's over here, isn't it? What number building are they at? They're at number 600. So why do you give a shit? Because there's a flying saucer on the top of the building of number 600, crashed into the roof, halfway in, halfway sticking out, and the building just happens to be number 600. So we've got a building that's number 600, we've got a UFO that's half crashed into the ground, and we've got Ron, a similarity of Ron pictured on that building. I think it speaks for itself, guys, doesn't it? So if that is not a good version of the mural decoded, suggesting that you need to do 600 supply runs in single player mode, oh look, they're activated for us, then we don't know what is, guys, because it seems solid. Now, we told the Gore team tonight, but they didn't like it, they didn't listen. We seem to have activated download for them. So what that means is, the jetpack was removed, guys, and it was removed because you were getting onto things too fast. We'll show you that in another mural, another decoding of it, another version of it. Do you know the jetpack was in the game? Yes, it was in the game. Do you know it was removed? Yes, it was removed. Do you know why it was removed? No, but we have a version of why it was removed. And what we will say is the UFO has been sent in because a player has activated certain conditions that suggest that the UFO is going to be needed soon. Who's that player? Well, it remains to be seen, guys, but what we do know is we've been running supply runs for the last 6 months. Unbeknown to all you who have been messing about running around the game, we've been running supply runs alone because we came up with that theory about 8 months ago, and we thought to ourselves, UFO, egg in the water, jetpack. And then we thought, UFO is on the car, exact same. Egg possibly in the water, but we've got no clue. That is jetpack. It's been confirmed by many people on YouTube. You can see. Check the logo. Check what it decodes to jetpack. So why would we think the egg's here? Because for some reason Michael sat here staring into that piece of water. Sat here staring into that part of the water. Sat here staring into that part of water. If you don't believe us, you're going to have to play single player through and just keep switching, and obviously you'll see it. And you'll see and you think, well, why is he staring in the water? And that's what got us thinking. Because, as you see in the background, guys, if the UFO on the car is there, and the jetpack is there, and we know the egg shines silver to deflect it being seen in the day, or at certain times, is here, wouldn't it make sense? So, this is a probable version of the UFO. Now you might say, well, what does all this mean? Well, that's simple, guys, isn't it? That's your rain. We all know that's the mountain. That's your moon. That's your rain 2, is it? We've got rain 1, rain 2. So then you go, well, what are these? Okay, guys, we're going to get into them in the next video because we don't want to mix you up now. But if you want to try and understand the mural, you've got to understand these. This, 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 and this. And we have got a version that fully understands them and will actually show you stuff in them. But the point being, with recent developments, and you've got this 600, it seemed like a strange number to us. And when we heard supply runs and we thought, well wait, we had a version of mural that runs with 600 and supply runs. Do you think it's possible, guys? Do you think it's possible that you have to do 600 supply runs in single player to bust this wide open? Could it be possible, guys? Because do you know what? We highly think it is. We highly think it is. The truth is though, whatever it is, guys, we got a funny feeling Chiliad mystery hunters will not be happy. And the truth is, why you won't be happy is because there's so many stories that been put in your head over the years that you don't know what's right and what's wrong, and what you do know is to expect something massive, but that doesn't mean that's what's coming. But it's possible we get to see what multiplayer gets to see in single player doing the version I've said, because it is the only version that we can see. And you can come up with another version, but It's very clear cut. Supply runs is the activation point. The Guru team confirmed that. What have we got in single player at supply runs? The jetpack hangar, of course. The sheep hangar. And where have we got a UFO? At the hippie camp on the car. So where's the egg? That needs to be seen, doesn't it? So it's a very probable version of the Muriel decoded, guys, and it's at the moment our favourite. As for what the others mean, with this version we've got that, and that, but we're not going into them now. And the reason we're not going into them now is because they form a part of the other Muriel decoding. But they all three of these form the same part of the each Muriel decoded. That, and that. So they all are confirmed with each part. What they're confirmed as is with actual objects that are there that you can see. And we'll show you them in another version. But if you just concentrate, guys, on this, because we know what the 5 boxes are, so on this, and this, you can see it's a perfect version of the Muriel decoded. So it seems to actually be supply runs. So who's going to go do 600 supply runs? Because we're not, guys. We said we were doing loads. We've probably got about, I don't know, how do you check? To be honest, our save is not the same as yours. And listen, Guru team, that doesn't mean it's modded or hacked, right? We're genuine. Don't be messing with us. It means that we just have a different save from you. We have a special save. So how do you check supply runs, guys? Does anyone know? Oh, it's money made, isn't it? Is it money made? Because it's not going to show up as supply runs. It's Mackenzie field purchase. No, what do you mean? No, we've got it. We made 80 grand on it. See, that's what we mean. Our save is a very special save file, guys, but we've made 80 grand on it, you can see. So the point being, we've been grinding them out on single player for the last 6 months, unbeknown to nobody. So is it possible that the clues are leading you to that? What do you think, guys? Let us know what you think in the comments. Don't be downbeating now if it's not your version, because your version will probably come, guys. But given the 600 and the pictures on the building of 600 and the UFO above that's crashed the exact same as the alien egg UFO, and the fact that we can clearly see the alien egg is separated from the other two, it could be a version, guys, couldn't it? It's a strong contender. So guys, let us know what you think in the comments. Either way, we're sure one of these versions will line up with you, but we think this is a very strong contender. So do you want to get in single player and run 600 missions? Because we know we don't. So it's going to have to be one of you that reveals the Chiliad mystery and story mode, it looks like, guys. Till next time, this is True Star, signing out. Being correct. And it actually completes the mural. So what we're going to show you now tonight is the mural completed in a way that any person, no matter what level of education or understand the mural, will be able to understand. So we're going to show you the mural and its exact meaning completed, and it's going to be the version that matches the recent developments. Over the week we will show you another 4 versions. So don't get upset if you see a version tonight and you think, well, that's not the way I figured it, that's not the way I saw it, because most probably one of the 4 that you'll see during the week will be what way you imagined it and what way you felt it was right. But this now, so far, seems to be the way that's correct. Now, what we will say is there seems to be changes from the actual Chiliad mystery. Now, we can't get into that now. We'll be getting into that with a later video, but there does actually seems to be changes to the mystery, and it actually seems to be changed from what was originally intended. But we're going to go to Mount Chiliad, and we're going to actually explain the mural in full. Now, on the way to Mount Chiliad, showing you is what we see in game. And how you know it's what we see in game is you can watch it and replicate it yourself. If you replicate it yourself and you half attempt to do it and you can't do it, then that's on you. Just like when people watch the videos and they watch the first 60 seconds and then they make a comment saying it's not solved. But wait a minute, if you watched the video, you would have seen what we said. So what we're going to say now is we're going to show you the Mural decoded to what lines up with the recent release. Okay, now we've had this for a while, guys, but it's people say, why don't you release it? Why don't you release it? Because the truth is, guys, there's no time to get on YouTube to do anything. Do you know, there's really not time in life to be getting on YouTube and creating these little videos for a game. And why we're doing it now is so that we can show you what we think is incoming, because it's clear now that 600 means a big lot. Now, we was chatting to the Guru team tonight about this, and we was telling them about 600, and unfortunately they're very busy, so they've had to just take to the live stream. And obviously, you know, we vote them on and are right behind them and that. So if you've not gone and checked out the Guru's team live stream, do, guys, because they're concerned with advertising, but we'll advertise for them. So do go check out the live stream and give them support, because it seems like they actually might solve something here. And Oriole, finally, guys. And the reason we're going to do this, that maybe this version of the Mural decoded will show. Now what we're supposed to do for you guys is we're going to give you 5 versions of the Mural decoded. One of these 5 is certainly the Mural decoded, and we're going to leave it to you to choose which 5. We'll tell you our favourite. It doesn't necessarily mean much more than what it means to us, but it's our favourite version of the Mural decoded, and today we're going to get into that. Now, our favourite version of the Mural decoded has been pushed and actually brought about quicker by recent events in the mystery hunt, and that is the Guru team finding
Titus Stro here.
the
Wi-Fi.
online Easter egg. Now, by them finding the online Easter egg, it has signalled this part of the mural. And like Trippy does, we all know, you can just check through his videos, and he's got 50 thumbnails of jetpack confirmed, jetpack found, and he's never found it or confirmed it, so they're just pure. Exactly. And then we know Robin Rams, obviously he's, you might not know, but he's put up this does not exist cube, and you all got onto it this year and like, wow, this is amazing. What you don't know is he launched that 2 years ago on a video as well, himself, before he was kicked off YouTube. So for him to just say it was just found now is ridiculous. Obviously we don't do that. And then you got Dibs with the lightning and the sound effects, and you're all sucked into the X-Files music, and you'll just believe anything because it's just subtitled, and he can backtrack on what he wants and create the perfect story, and then next week he moves on to another story. We don't do that. So it's not to say any of them guys ain't good. Well, Dibs, obviously, he's a bit of a foul mouth because he come on our channel saying effing this, effing that, when we clearly showed a serious mystery solved, and we clearly solved it ourselves and showed it solved, and it was a big mystery. And then he come on effing this, effing that. So, you know, we don't have time for him no more. But Trippy, to be honest, you know, we love listening to Trippy. Robin Rams, you know, he can fling a wheelchair about like 0.5 at the moon, so he does some great mods. But going back to the Guru team, we don't use mods, guys. It's not to say what we can and can't do. What we're saying is we're going to call out the Guru team, because chat with them, they're good guys, but there seems to be a misunderstanding where we clearly all know they mod, but they seem to suggest we mod. So what we will tell you guys from the outset, True Star Gaming was created to show you clues and mystery finds.
Appreciate your precious vids, but this seems like a bit of BS to run it out through 5 vids, views, later, and good luck. Why wait until now? Hello.
Yeah, well, we don't actually get what people are saying now. Let us just turn off the chat there, guys. 1 minute, bear with us, because people are just like breaking into the stream. Right, guys, we just disabled the comments to speech because people are just jumping in. So basically, we know the Guru Team mod, and what we've said from the set-go is we don't make up thumbnails of Jetpack confirmed